Well, all right. This is the last video for the Corvette because there is no Corvette. I'm standing in an empty parking spot where the Corvette was. I sold the Corvette today. I didn't really want to, but you know, someone once told me that life is what happens when you've made other plans, and you know, my plan to keep the Corvette and do all the crazy stuff to it was kind of, you know, far-fetched because I didn't really have the, a big budget to have a third car anyway. But you know, I worked a lot, did a lot to it, and got it back to fair condition. My son will be getting his driver's license very shortly. He'll be driving the old green Bomber out there, and I needed some reliable transportation. Not that the Corvette was not reliable; it cranked every time, but it was about to roll 180,000 miles, and I just didn't think that I didn't want to put another 100,000 miles on it as a daily driver. Once a car sits outside for 4 years, you know, it does a lot of damage, and I've repaired as much of that damage as I can, but I just didn't want to continue to dump money into it just to keep it in a where I could drive it every day. I think it was better off for me to pass it off to someone else and let them continue on. Like I said, I needed another source of reliable transportation, and I just happened to find I found a 2012 Chevy 1500 4x4. It checked off all the boxes that I was looking for in a truck. I've got the garage door down just due to the glare, or you can see it, but you know, it's a nice truck. It's got air conditioner. The old green truck hadn't had air conditioner in years, and of course the Corvette didn't have an air conditioner because I just never replaced the hose, and running the AC made it run so hot to begin with. You know, down here in Houston, it's just crazy. But anyway, you know, I put the vet up on Craigslist. I put the YouTube channel in the ad, just kind of let that speak for itself. A guy saw it. He watched all the videos and sent me a text message, or he sent me an email and said, "Hey man, I'm interested in the car. Watched all your videos. You know, you've done a lot to it. You know, I'd like to come see it." So that was on Sunday evening. I think Monday he came to look at it at work, and he was excited about it and gave me what I was asking. I think I was asking a fair price for it. You know, I didn't even ask what I wanted because like I said, I needed to move it. I found the truck just kind of by chance, and jumped on the truck and decided to sell the Corvette. So I out of all the hours and hours and hours I put into that truck, you know, it was just, the hours I put into the Corvette, it was just a lot of man hours went into that, into fixing that car. So, you know, it had its moments, you know. It was frustrating to get things fixed, to get it running right, to find problems to diagnose, you know, vacuum leaks and electrical problems and yada yada yada, on and on. So, you know, he was excited that I'd done a lot of work to it, and I was excited that he was excited, and he came down from Huntsville first thing this morning. I gave him all the stuff, gave him the jacket, the hat, and the bushings, and all the other parts that I had laying around, and and he was fired up. Him and his wife came down, and he was a retired guy. Had a couple of Vettes when he was younger, and now that he's retired, he wanted another Corvette to tinker with and to play around with his car club up in Huntsville. And so he said, "Man, show me how to take that top off. I'm driving all the way back to Huntsville with that top off." So I took it off and put it in the back, and off he went, and sent me a text message when he got back and said everything went great. So honestly, that's the longest road trip. Him driving it back to Huntsville is the longest road trip that it's been on since I've had it. So you know, I think for me to maintain my financial stability and sanity, getting rid of the Vette was probably the right thing to do. And so now it's going to go to someone who's just going to, who, like I said, appreciates what I did to it, and you know, I'm assuming it will be garaged, and it'll give him something to do, and it'll be taken care of. So anyway, thank you for all the subscribers and all the comments and positive feedback, and there's a handful of you guys that just, you know, sent me a message every time I put a video up. I appreciate it, and I may or may not be doing some videos on the little green truck. That truck's about to turn 283,000 miles. My son's going to be driving it. It's depreciated, you know, as far as it's going to go. So if you know, 16-year-old, if he tears it up, then it's, you know, it's no great loss. So it was better than me buying him his own car and taking the risk of something tearing up on his own car. Even if I didn't buy him an expensive car, it's going to be a better move to do this. So anyway, I appreciate it, and you may or may not see me again, but I'm not taking the channel down, and you know, see you around later.